There's no excuse for how young people are wasting the best years of their life. I feel like no one even tries. It seems like most people just do the bare minimum because they feel like they have to, but if they're not doing that, they're just sitting there on their phone. For years now, the majority of people my age that I talk to always have an excuse for why they can't do something, why they can't hang out, why they can't work towards a goal, why they can't do anything except just sit there. But ultimately, for young people right now, there's no excuses. There's no reason for anyone to have excuses because we are too privileged and lucky to have excuses. This generation of young people is the first generation in history that can save up money and go do whatever they want. And when I say whatever they want, I mean literally whatever they want. Sure, a person in 1980 could get on an airplane and go somewhere just like we can. But in the 1980s, a person in their 20s couldn't make a YouTube channel. In the 1980s, a person in their 20s couldn't just sit there and make a beat on a computer. They had to actually reserve studio time and pay for it. Somebody who really loves editing and animation. In the 1980s, they had to work a job, be in a certain place at a certain time, but now we can just do all that stuff on a computer. But for some reason, in a world where we can do whatever we want, most people just choose to stare at their phone and be terminally inside. And ultimately, there's just no excuse for that. There's no excuse for people in their 20s to have no goals and to just mindlessly wander. And on top of that, there is no excuse for a person in their 20s with goals to not do everything in their power to achieve them. I'll use myself and this YouTube channel as an example. At the time I'm recording this video, I have 3 subscribers, 9 videos, and 136 views. I know that before the end of 2026, I have to get to 50 videos. And why do I know that I have to get to 50 videos? Well, it doesn't have to do with anything else. No one's applying pressure on me to do this. I'm not getting paid to do this. I don't have anyone asking me, oh, so when's the next video? What's the topic going to be? It doesn't have anything to do with anyone else. It has to do with me. I have 2 reasons why I feel like I need to get to 50 videos before the end of 2026. The first reason is that I am 100% confident that if I get 50 videos up, this channel will work. Eventually, people will catch on and I will get more subscribers and more views. And the second reason is that if I upload 50 videos and ultimately don't get more subscribers or more views, then I can still live with the fact that I tried. But ultimately, in the 2 months I've been doing this channel, there's been too many extended periods of time where I haven't been recording these commentaries. And there's no excuse for that. Whether it's me or anyone else, I feel like most people know in the back of their head exactly what they're supposed to do every day. But for some reason, they don't do it. But we are the only generation of young people in history that can literally just do whatever we want. So there's no excuse for people not acting on the ideas they have in the back of their head. When I think to myself about why I'm not doing these commentaries consistently enough, I can make all the stereotypical excuses that everyone makes about everything. Oh, well, I have this certain demand on my time. Oh, well, there's this part of my life situation that's suboptimal, and if it was better, I would be in a better position to make these commentaries. Blah, 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 blah. But all it is excuses. I feel like a lot of people act like they're not even in control of their own lives. I'm a fully grown man in my 20s. I know I need to do this, and I have to. There's no excuse. And if I, as someone in my position, didn't do it and made a bunch of excuses, that would ultimately make me ungrateful. But when I ask myself why other people aren't doing the stuff in the back of their head, I think what I'm missing is that other people are way more scared of failure than I am. And I understand that people don't want to be in their head building up some amazing thing that's going to happen and then actively put work in to try and make it happen, and then ultimately it doesn't happen. I understand why people are scared of that feeling of disappointment and not being good enough. For me personally, there's definitely a thought that maybe I will get to 50 videos and no one will watch. Even if I think I have amazing things to say, that doesn't guarantee that people are going to care. But the way I look at it is I am way more scared of the idea of being in my 30s and 40s and looking back on my 20s and thinking that I didn't even try. The thought of that scares me infinitely more than the idea of not getting views on this YouTube channel. If I don't get views, I don't get views. It is what it is. But that's no excuse for me to not do something that I know I should be doing. I can't sit around and not try when there are millions of people on this planet who would do anything to be in my position. The thought of, oh, what if I upload 50 videos but no one watches is just not a problem compared to what most people have to think about every single day. There are no excuses for why I shouldn't dedicate every second of my life to achieving my goals. And one of the main reasons I feel so strongly about that is because I have watched people who I used to think had potential completely throw their 20s away, and they have no prospects for their future. I know some people a few years older than me who got locked inside at 23 or 24, and all they've ever done since then is stare at their phone and gamble, and now they're 30 or about to be 30, and that is it. And there's just no excuse for that. And the number one thing I cannot understand is lockdowns should have helped these people develop the perspective that they really do live a good life because they had it taken away from them briefly. But unfortunately, it seems like a lot of people just gave up. They completely waved the white flag, even though they're fully grown adults in control of their own life. Most people currently in their 20s, when they look back in the future, the objective reality, the honest truth, will be that in their 20s, the number one thing they did was use their phone. And I have a feeling that a lot of these people are going to spend the rest of their lives with serious regrets. Of course, there are some people who just want to sit there and vegetate and not really do anything. But fact of the matter is, I definitely know a lot of people who both think they are capable of more than what they're currently achieving, and the reality is they probably are capable of more than what they're currently achieving. But they can't put their phone down, so they can't change anything about their lives. And ultimately, these people really did choose to use their phone. No one was holding them at gunpoint telling them they had to use an iPhone every day. They chose to do this. In the future, there's going to be a lot of 90s kids who look back and they are just going to be filled with regret that the only thing they ever did was stare at their phone. There's going to be people who at 31, 32, 33 realize that they have nothing. And not only do they have nothing, they never even tried to obtain or achieve something. There was never any effort put in at all. So these people, unfortunately for them, they won't have feelings of accomplishment, of fulfilling dreams, of true life satisfaction. But you know what they will have? They will have a whole lot of regret, and they will have even more excuses. But in reality, there's no excuses. We are all fully grown adults in control of our own lives. We get to choose how we spend our 20s. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you all in the next video.